and every Friday at 11 a.m. right here on this station for Insights, inspiring conversations for everyday life. That's Insights, Fridays at 11 a.m. God bless you now. Stay awesome.
It's now time for Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk. Call us and let us have a discussion. All right, then greetings and salutations, and welcome to another episode of Sports Desk. My name is Orville.
My name is Christopher Zidane Matthews. Good afternoon to you, fantastic listeners. Hopefully, we can have some great sports discussion this afternoon on this program.
Yeah, that's the hope. That's the hope. I'm sure some of you would want to talk about some basketball. The NBA playoffs are on in earnest. I tell you, this is my time at the NBA. Watch the game last night with the with Thunder and Grizzlies. Thunder showing that the 50-point blowout in the first game was no fluke. Winning by 19 points last night. Saw some highlights of the Lakers Timberwolves game. That is now tied at 1-1, but I'm sure Zidane would have watched that as well, so you can direct those questions to him. The Sparling Cup final is on in earnest. I'll get some scores in a little bit with Stets and Excelsior down there at Stets. So those are among the sporting items that can be discussed. And of course, that issue with Asafa Powell is absolutely not going anywhere with more and more Jamaicans chiming in. The numbers are 615-2841. There is where you can set the ball rolling as to which topic you want to talk about, or which topic you either respond to or raise a topic at that number.
Indeed. Let me just remind the listeners here, there's a massive game because Waterhouse and is being chased by Tivoli for that final playoff spot. Very important, very big. Two teams that the fans do put a lot of pressure on the coaching staff and players to get success. So you know that somebody will under pressure. Anybody who misses out will be under severe pressure come the off season. So Waterhouse, they face Arnett Gardens in a big game because Arnett Gardens, they still want to get into the automatic semifinal placing. So they are just 2 points away from Montego Bay United because Montego Bay United lost over the weekend to the runaway leaders. So that game is 3:30 and that's April 27th. So Arnett Gardens, they still think they can get that second spot to get to the semifinals automatically, and the Waterhouse fighting to stay in the top six. So this should be a very important game, and it also should be a very entertaining game. So 3:30 at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium, Waterhouse versus Arnett Gardens. I'm sure Rocker will be there.
All right, so you know the numbers by now, 8876. So you know that is the constant, the Jamaican era code. 876-615-2841 or 876, and then you have 676-6968. Tell us stay, Nick. All right, because I know people are already starting to want to have their say. Don't wait till minutes to 4. We have to squeeze some 2 and 3 minute calls. Set the stage. All right, we take the first one. Hello.
It's about 2 minutes call a while ago, Orville.
No, I'm saying some callers have a tendency if we call late in the show and we have to squeeze.
Oh, okay,
some
okay.
2 minutes call into
all right.
Yeah.
Big up yourself, Mr. Higgins.
Big up yourself, Mr. Garvey.
Zidane.
Yes, sir, Garvey.
All is well?
Yes, indeed.
You're in a better mood today.
What do you mean?
So get to that. I have 3 different things I want to address, right?
Yes.
First thing I want to ask, I want to acknowledge a great sportsman, one of the greatest active sportsmen in the world. But because his sport is not spoken about on Sports Desk, I don't think his name has ever been mentioned here. And he's a man named Alex Ovechkin. You ever heard of him, Orville?
No.
You ever heard of him, Zidane?
No.
Okay. He's an ice hockey player, Orville. He plays for the Washington Capitals, but he's Russian, right? And recently, last week, in the final week of the regular season, he broke a record that stood for 31 years, held by Wayne Gretzky. You've heard of Wayne Gretzky, right?
Yes.
Which is the all-time leading goal scorer in the history of the National Hockey League. It's a brilliant achievement, and it puts the icing on one of the greatest careers in the history of the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
So big up yourself, Orville. I remember when he came into the league like 2005. Even last night I was watching him. Great player.
What's the record that he broke?
Most goals scored in the NHL.
In one season or one game?
No, career. 895 goals. The
okay.
previous record was 894. And what's brilliant about his accomplishment, Orville, excuse me, is that he did it in the same amount of games as Gretzky played.
Okay. All right.
So it's a very brilliant achievement. It's not a watered down stat like him play one whole heap more games. You know what I mean?
All right.
Next thing, Zidane.
Mm-hmm.
More get to this goalie thing, but quickly. 2 things on the NBA last night, Zidane.
Yes.
This is what I was calling for yesterday. I wanted the Lakers to come out and set the tone defensively in the first quarter and take it from there. They did that. Credit to JJ Redick. I think that is the biggest improvement in the Lakers I see under Redick in a Zidane. What says you?
Yeah, defensively. Yeah, they are better.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed. No two ways about
it. I think he's starting to develop a reputation as
the Lakers scored 60 points over the final 3 quarters and still won the game. So it shows you how well they had to defend, because Minnesota really did not cut the lead to below even 5 during that period of time. That just shows you how good they were defensive.
True. And it's the first time this year that the Lakers have scored under 101.
There you go. And it's the lowest total from a team in the top 10 in offense this season. That is the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah.
So they didn't know what
defensive effort.
Yes.
Brilliant. I think, like I told you yesterday, Zidane, whether it's bribe, drive-by, or analyze, Lakers in 5.
Yes, indeed.
Next thing now, let me jump on this goal against QB debate, right?
Yeah.
I heard a man call after the debate was over. The man that was saying preacher by a mile. What was his name? Liverpool?
Yeah, Liverpool Lilwin.
Make you understand. He's a soccer man, so I'm going to be biased. All right. His team is winning the Premier League this year, right? Zidane?
Yes.
Who would you, Mr. Matthews, Lord Zidane Matthews, say is the worst starting goalkeeper in the EPL?
Who is the worst starting goalkeeper in there? I can't think. Nobody's jump. Chelsea goalkeeper. I'm not really Chelsea goalkeeper.
Nobody really stands out.
Nobody really jump out.
Give me one of the worst ones.
I would say the Chelsea goalkeeper.
Okay. And who is the Liverpool keeper?
Alisson Becker.
Okay. Cool. Let's say they swap positions, right? Before the start of the season, and Liverpool play the same way they
Liverpool would still, yes. Liverpool.
You think they would win?
Yes.
So the man where
maybe the margin wouldn't be as wide, but that's Liverpool would still be having enough to win. Yes.
Right. But as G-Star pointed out yesterday, I can count a million scenarios in the NFL. Not literally a million, but many, many, many. Including the latest one when Tom Brady left New England and they immediately
let me tell you the difference between me and you, Garvey. I accept that the position of the goalkeeper in football is more important than the position of the NFL. But that is where we disagree. But I agree that now in terms of changing the dynamics of the game, because remember it's nil-all, the goalkeeper nil-all in brilliant to say nil-all. How do you win these games now to win the Premier League? That is going to come first. That is going to come. The major part of that will come from somebody on the outfield.
Right. So you know to say me, I just him directly does that, because he was saying that a man who is on the field half of the time cannot impact a game like a man who is on the field all the time.
That is not necessarily true.
It is nonsense. But differently still,
because as you all always point out, sometimes the quarterback can be so good that he keeps the other quarterback off the field.
There you go.
So the single most impactful position in all of sports in terms of changing the direction of the game, I think it's the quarterback position.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny, Orville? I was speaking to somebody who, I speak across all sports.
Yes.
So I was having a conversation with somebody last night and we touched baseball. And I asked him, I said, who would be the most important person in baseball? And he said, the catcher. And I said, no. The most important person in baseball is the starting pitcher. And he said, no, Garvey, man. And you know what's funny? While I'm on the phone with him, I didn't know he's Googling this. I don't know where he get it from. He just type it in our phone. Who's the most important player in baseball? And he said, starting pitcher. And he said, Garvey, you was right. And I said, I'm always right. What is wrong with you? But it's true, because the starting pitcher, to understand the dynamics of baseball. It is interesting, Orville. The only player in American football that they keep a win-loss record on is the QB. The only person in baseball they keep a win-loss record on is the starting pitcher. The only person in ice hockey they keep a win-loss record on is the goalie. But I don't see them keep no win-loss record on the goalie in soccer, which is kind of weird.
They keep clean sheets record on them kind of stuff. But with you see, for me, Garvey, the distinction is not being made between
important and interest. I'm sent to Jeffrey Campbell for you and Harvey. He look like only feed cat a 9 you respond to him.
No, Jeffrey good man. Between the
Jeffrey, if you're listening, call the show, my boss. I need to get Orville in line here.
I'm talking
anyway, I'm not stay along with us today.
I'm talking about the
games later.
Yeah.
The Warriors, what do you expect?
1-1.
Really?
Yeah, we have Warriors in 6, so we used to go win some games.
Me too.
So we think it will go and it will be 1-1 after tonight, but then Golden State will take a 3-1 lead.
And what about the other 2 games?
Who are the other 2 games again?
The 2 Eastern Conference.
Oh man, walk. Oh,
Celtics
are going
to win. Let me just, so you have the Celtics sweeping?
No, I have the Celtics winning 4-1.
What about the Cavs?
And I have the Cavs winning 4-1 as well. So I think Miami will get that.
One of them series, at least one of them will go 6 games.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hear the Celtics complaining about the physicality of the Magic. You saw that?
No, I didn't see any complaints.
Them a ball. So I saw them a ball in a playoff, them a defending champion. You better get ready for this, because the Magic are a very physical team. They're one of the most physical teams in the NBA. So this ain't going to stop. So me, I expect one of them series that to go 6 to them. But we shall see. Little more.
I got it. Cool.
Big up.
What do we do, Nick? We go back. All right, straight to the break first. All right, we'll go to the break and we'll come back on the phone.
We may be all over the world, but we're still in this together. Feel.
Make it easy for you get your money. So if you have to get something from your brother or mommy, hey, it's a not Insta, it's a MoneyGram. Zoom, check your phone, your money land. VNBS money transfer. CFA, faster, easier.
Sign up for VNBS direct to bank account transfer today.
No matter step out, fit in the line. Straight in your account, money reach long time. VNBS money transfer.
For financial news and the latest developments in the business community and economy, Financially Speaking is the top choice. Join me, your host Errol Gregory, Mondays and Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. as we look at current economic issues, provide small business tips, and help you to build your business and portfolio. That's Financially Speaking, sponsored by Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSE Online Trading.
Clear your barrels and personal shipments with ease and convenience. Request a customs contactless clearance today through CCP at jca.gov.jm. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
1:15. You're listening to Jamaica's first and number 1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so the lines are open again, 615-2841, 676-6968. Let's go back online. Hello.
Hello.
Greetings and salutations to you.
Yeah, man. Armageddon step I'm in.
Oh, Armageddon. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, man.
And Happy New Year. Yeah, man. Indeed. You know, but I hear a nonsensical argument going. And it perpetuated a while ago about who more important, goalkeeper or quarterback. And But listen, the game can't play without either one of them, right? Game cannot play without either one of them. If you don't have no goalkeeper in your goal, and the next man them have goalkeeper, they're gonna flood you out. So that goes without saying. A goalkeeper makes what, maybe an average 5-6 saves a game, plus crosses and all them something there. You can't do the goalkeeper. So when the argument come about who more important, and a joke argument, man. That's a bar argument. I don't think any logical person supposed to engage them brain in a debate around who more important. I mean, especially people who say them know football.
The position of goalkeeper has to be more important than the position of quarterback. While both are important.
Well, I don't know. As I say, I don't know because when I look at it, the quarterback is the engine room of that football team. Everything goes through him. Every single play when you're on offense goes through him, right? So I mean that alone tell you say he is very important to the whole thing. Goalkeeper, as I say, you can't do without a goalkeeper.
So which side of the argument you're upon, Armageddon? You see, like you're right through the middle.
I'm flat down in the middle. Say that is not even an argument. That should have started.
But if you can't pick a side, then that is the reason why it's a good argument.
No. I said the argument is that neither. Neither at all.
But if it's that close that you can't pick one above the other.
No, man. Orville, that close, Orville. It took me, as me say,
the two are equally important.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Like you asked me, me have two good parents that me had. You asked me, which one more important? Your mother look after you, your father go on road, go earn the money.
As a child.
Yeah, I say, which one more important?
As a child, your mother more important. As a baby.
Yes. but yeah, I'm not baby grow without mother, Mother did that birth and all them things, and the father have to carry through.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's why I say the argument really is a very good argument when I drink a 6-pack of Guinness.
But I'm confused though, Armageddon Stepper. Because if you're thinking it can go either way, it means there's a debate.
That's the
you're confusing me.
If the argument is such that you can't separate
I'm not saying it can go either way.
Why is
I'm
it not
saying
a
that both are equally important to the game. Equally important. So it's not one or the other. Both of them are equally important. It's like I think a better argument would have been whether the wide receiver, whether your receiver more important than your striker. Something like that. You know what I mean?
Bowling or batting, which is more important to win test matches?
Both.
I think I remember at some point you were saying bowling.
Yes, and the reason why I said bowling at the time was because
you changed your mind in recent time.
Not because if a team get ball out.
No man, I just want to know I just want to know that you have changed your mind because you don't want to admit that though they are both important. You now pick a side. But the debate between the goalkeeper.
Anyway, if they want to argue that, as me I say, the only way me engage the argument there is if me I drink some Guinness or what.
And if you drink some Guinness, which one of the sides you would come down upon? The goalie or the quarter?
Straight down the middle, me balance.
Then the Guinness not gonna make a difference.
No man, I just facilitate the conversation.
Bar
arena.
By the way, somebody hear you up on the phone and say I must ask you about the under 15 we are going. The regional under 15.
I want to tell you.
Where are we?
Man, I want to tell you. So we won today.
Yeah.
So we would have won 3 out of 5, beaten by Barbados the first game, Trinidad the last game. But I tell you, the kind of cricket that the boys played, it is very, very heartening because outside of the first match, Barbados beat by a City Block. The other game that we lost to Trinidad was a very hard-fought victory for Trinidad, and that is all I can ask. And we had some players who have made a little mark Andrew Lloyd from JC, off spinner. Everybody has said, boys, you to look like a new Nehemiah Perry, you know, that kind of thing. Rajay Magishi from KC, left hand opening batter, scored a half century yesterday, scored a 30 and knocked out today in a 10-wicket win against Windward Island. So, you know, we have some youngsters who have done well. We have a fast bowler, a young guy named Okene Robinson, tall and bull, you know, at good pace and all them things. So we have a nice little team, and I think that, you know, what it tells me is that cricket not dead, as one of people say. You know,
hold on. So where we are in the competition now? We go and play semi-final and final, or is it straight league? Or
no, it's just most points.
Oh.
So the game, so the competition ends today. Barbados and Ghana are locked in that fight. More than once, if Barbados wins today, they will win the competition.
So we are going to end up come about third.
Either third or fourth, depending on the margin of victory for Barbados over Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right,
we would have beaten Ghana.
All right,
yeah,
sir.
But but all the best, Massive and crew. A long time in a call, so.
Yeah, man.
Besides, I have a little opening, so I'm going to make a call today.
All right, Armageddon.
All right, Armageddon. Big up. Yeah, man.
Cool.
All right, so that was Armageddon. Straight down the middle of what he says is not a good argument. I don't get it. The two positions are so close that he can't split them. But Armageddon, my friend, says it's not a credible debate to have. I don't agree. Always stay now, Nick. All right, 615-2841 or 676-6968. I'm about to get some scores down in the match because it's a match I'm very, very interested in. Because if Excelsior can beat Stets, then that means cricket really dead for true. Because this Excelsior team that I saw has a few decent cricketers, but the standards to what schoolboy cricket was. So may I hope that Stets have a better team. But if not, you know, we're struggling. We really would be struggling to find talent, despite what you hear Armageddon just say about talent. So those are the numbers. 615-2841 or 676-6968. I'm going to make a call now to find out what's the very latest in the game. Give me a minute.
All right, so the people, yeah, man, on the call through and let your voice be heard on any sporting topic of your choice. I'm looking at the top scorers for the Premier League. I know Warner Brown has been talked about a lot, and he has received a call, a first team call up, because when we play the Trinidad local team, they don't call it a first team. That's a local squad. But the Jamal Calvin of Cavalier, is he eligible to play for Jamaica? I'm not sure, but he's number 2 goals shy of the top spot. Interesting to see that. All right, so here are the top scorers for the Shaquille Bradford, 11 goals. Anthony Nelson, 11 goals. Brian Brown is back playing for Montego United, 11. Shanil Thomas, Montego United, formerly of Cavalier, 11. Shanil Stein, 12. Daniel Green, 12. Andre Fletcher, 13. Raheem Edwards, 13. Jamaro Calvin, 19. And Warner Brown is on 21. So those are the top scorers in our local Premier League. And I want what listeners think about how many games. So we have 2 rounds of games remaining for most teams and 3 for some. It's 21 goals when you consider the type of midfield that these teams have. 19, 21 goals there. Because those are the top 2 scorers. I think that is sufficient enough. I think the top scorer in the Premier League should have more goals. In the JPL should have more goals. What do you all think? And again, I'm reminded of that very, very important game. 3:30, Arnett Garden versus 27th of April this month. Arnett Garden versus Waterhouse at Jerusalem, the Jerusalem Mini Stadium. Should be a cracker of a game. So you can look out for that.
I understand we have a call, but I just get some scores. Excelsior batting first are 96-6 against Stets. So Stets seems to have the upper hand at this early stage. But remember, Excelsior had lost first innings points against St. Diego in that Sunlight final and came roaring back. So let's see. But at the moment, Stets is in the ascendancy. All right, we go back to the phones. Hello.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
G-Star.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, good afternoon, G.
Hey, that call a while ago was funny. It's not close, but they're equal.
Yeah.
You can't get no closer than equal. No. Oh, the Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors is done.
Yes.
The Rockets can take it. Not even the Rockets. The Warriors can win this tonight. Good. And then smooth sailing after that.
So you're thinking a sweep?
No. I'm thinking 4-1 or 4-2.
No, but that's why I'm thinking if Warriors win tonight, the boss, it's likely a sweep. So I'm thinking 1-1 tonight. Warriors win 2 at home, and then Houston win back at home, and then Warriors close out at home. So I'm thinking 4-2.
Okay.
That sounds more likely the logical way to get 4-2.
By the way, what did you pick? What was your pick?
Warriors.
Officially.
Warriors 4-2.
Okay. All right. All right, gentlemen.
Yes.
By the way, Draymond Green is the best defender of this generation, all right? Just for the record.
Yeah.
Kawhi can be argued, but he's the only other candidate for this generation. All right. Gentlemen, Preacher. I have to come in, Preacher, because as long as I can remember, if something looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, flies like a duck, it's a duck. But he has managed to come on here and through his wordings had created some kind of doubt. That in itself is a tremendous skill. All right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I hear a man yesterday say all G-Star did was talk about money. Right? The man made me feel like Jay-Z. Why? Because Jay-Z have a line say, do you listen to my music or do you just skim through it? Bridget, were you listening to what I saying or were you just not paying attention? All right? So, here's the thing now, gentlemen. He said all I did was talk about money, right? So I'm going to give one more Liverpool, right? And anytime you're ready, preachers brought opinions on top of opinions. All right. So since the start of the century, goalkeepers in the EPL have won 0 player of the years. Not one. And for those who think it's only attacking players who wins, that's not true. Vidic won it twice. Vincent Kompany won it once. And Van Dijk won it once. So defenders do win it. Goalkeeper never win one. So in that same time, the NFL QBs have won 21 NFL most valuable player since the start of the century. So that's 21-0. Does that sound like one position is more important than the other and more valuable? All right, let me go to another metric in terms of awards.
Sorry, you're a stubborn man.
Yeah, man. Let me go to metric in terms of awards. United Champions League. The UEFA Champions League, man in the match. Since the turn of the century, there's only been 3 goalkeepers that have won man of the matches in UEFA Champions League final.
We hear the point, Jesus.
Courtois, Kahn, Van der Sar.
We hear the point.
No, but Liverpool hasn't. I'm doing it for Liverpool. I'm here to educate today. In that very same time, 16 Super Bowl MVPs have been quarterbacks. Now, does that look like a duck? Does that sound like a duck? Does a duck? All right.
But give me a chance, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know the difference between the significant difference between the quarterback and the goalkeeper, which you're not getting. In NFL, the entire team is trying to get the ball to the quarterback. Or the game is designed that him is the man where everybody on the team wants to have the ball. In football,
not necessarily, but keep going.
Yeah, man. Then him you want to have the ball in hand, man, to determine and dictate the play. In goalkeeping,
not necessarily, but keep going.
Come on, the G-Star, man. That's generally the case, man.
Because I can win the game just using the running.
No, but that's not generally the case.
I'm going to try. I'm saying a lot of teams have that
generally the
strategy
quarterback is the man who you want the ball in a field hand for the
You're the man argue
first. As
against.
I said, no.
You're the man argue against him. So you argue
That
against
say all
yourself.
the while, man.
Keep going, no, man.
So you argue against yourself,
But that's
G-Star.
not exactly true, but keep going.
But if that is not true, then you are kill your own argument.
No, it's
innit?
not.
That
But
is-
keep going. I don't have time for waste. Keep going.
While the goalkeeper in football, the entire team is the entire game is structured and designed so that the goalkeeper don't have to touch the ball.
All right.
Certainly with his hands.
No. I'm just going to talk about the quarterback today.
So while the quarterback, the game is designed so you will want to have the ball.
Yeah.
The goalkeeper's position is designed or structured in a way that, boy, the more touches of the ball the goalkeeper have, the more trouble we have. So we don't want the ball get to him. Given those circumstances, which one do you think I go in our position for impact more games, brother? Hold it, we're coming back. It's now time for Sports in a Minute, sponsored by Edgechem, Western Sports, Megamart, Spectrum Insurance Brokers, Dangel Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, and Fosrich.
Arsenal's midfielder Thomas Partey's future remains unclear, but recently appointed sporting director Andre Barta may have the key to unlock the uncertainty surrounding the player's contractual impasse. The 31-year-old is approaching the end of what many consider his best season since joining Arsenal, yet it remains to be seen what comes for the Gunners star. His importance was demonstrated by the frustration shown at him picking up a booking that rules him out of the first leg of Arsenal's Champions League semi-final against Paris Saint-Germain, the yellow card that came in the 85th minute for a needless exchange with Dani Ceballos, with the score at 5-1 in Arsenal's favour. He has become an integral member of Mikel Arteta's strongest team, making 45 appearances this season, and his absence against the Paris Saint-Germain team will be a clear blow to their hopes of progressing to the final. And that's your Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Western Sports, the sports people. Megamart, best value by far. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standard. Dangel Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10, and shop number 10, 1A Chapelton Road. Call 876-929-9146. And Fosrich.
Listen up, Jamaica. At Fosrich, everybody's getting a solar water heater. $20,000 deposit. 6 months to pay. What a deal. Fosrich Financing.
Omega Radio, in association with the Church of St. Margaret, presents New Every Morning, 10 minutes of inspiration to help you through the day. Mondays to Saturdays at 5:50 a.m. The program comes to you courtesy of KFC. It's finger licking good. The Church of St. Margaret. Visit us on Sundays at 6:30 a.m., Saturdays at 8:15, and Wednesdays at 6:30 a.m. And Quality Equipment Distributors. For all your musical equipment and supplies, contact Quality Equipment and Distributors, located at 4 Courtney Walsh Drive, Kingston 10.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so G-Star,
Yeah.
come into my court. You said originally that the quarterback is not the person who the game is designed for him to have the ball most of the time.
No. I said that. What I meant was, if I can get the ball to the running back and I don't have to pass,
Who gets the ball to the running back?
the quarterback.
You know, brother, you don't want this.
But, as I said,
But
it's
if
not
the
exactly
aim is-
right, and I said you're not exactly
If the
right.
aim
That's
is to
what
get the ball to the running back, and it is the quarterback.
No, again, I did not say that either. That's the aim is not necessarily get the aim is to put your team to do the best play you can.
And the quarterback is responsible for that.
The quarterback is the person responsible for that.
Yes.
Right. So I'm saying in NFL,
Mm-hmm.
the game is to make the quarterback have the ball.
Yeah.
In football, the aim is for the goalkeeper don't get the ball.
All right, good.
So
what
I'm
I
saying,
want
which
to
of
get
these
into, Mr.
players
Higgins,
you think is
I
more
want-
likely? You know why we don't want the goalkeeper have to make them to save with the man, my boy?
Yeah, because they can score.
Because if your goalkeeper is seeing too much of the ball, your side is in trouble.
That should tell you everything you need to know. All right, listen now. What
it tells me is that one of them, brother, we know why you have the ball. So in terms of who will get more man of the match and who will clear say the quarterback.
That should tell you something still. The MVPs mean something. All of a sudden, awards don't mean anything. You throw awards to the side.
No, man, the structure of the game doesn't allow goalkeeper.
Hold on, but that also says a lot.
No, man, that's why we're telling you that the position is more important, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the goalkeeper will have the impact that other players will have.
All right.
But once the goalkeeper shake him, boss, they're going to flood the net, G-Star. I tell you as a fan who play football.
All right, hold on. All right. I want to talk about something else. I'm going to come back to this.
All right.
But I want you to say, Zidane, you just said something a while ago, and you don't realize what you're saying. It is impossible for one individual, one person, one entity, one corporation, one of anything to be more impactful, but not more important. And I'm saying, go and find one. Go and find one and tell me any entity, any organization, any person that is more impactful, but that is not more important. That's a riddle for you, Zidane.
G-Star, you know why shots are not taken from...
No, man, don't
you don't say because you don't watch football.
Marinate what I'm saying, no? Just marinate what I
You know, I was thinking about you last night. I'm realizing it's because you don't watch football at all make you sound like this.
Bro, I don't watch football at all?
No, G-Star, I've never... Messi, come on, Jamaica.
Hold on,
G-Star, man.
No,
Hold on, G-Star.
Hold on, no, man.
G-Star,
hold on. Lauren. Ashley Cole.
Hold on, G-Star.
Bergkamp, Cano, Gilberto Silva, Freddie Lumberg, Perez. Who that sound like, Zidane? Who that sound like? That sound like the Invincibles, no?
Messi come to Jamaica, you had no interest in going to the game.
Don't mention Messi, a different thing. You say I don't watch the ball.
You don't like football.
Hold on, no. I just told you the starting lineup for the Invincibles, plus Henry.
You don't like
can't chat to me, Bridget.
All right.
But I don't watch no ball. Don't do that. Don't try that. Try that with somebody else.
But I find it strange that you argue
this point. Try that with somebody else.
I'm finding it strange that anybody who watch football could argue this point. But go on.
Hey, you know when France beat Senegal, you know what Elijah do? The man never Zidane for him jersey. What are you talking about? I was watching Cameroon play Argentina.
So who you don't understand the fact that a player doesn't take shots from certain angles?
Zidane, I'm on a football field, you can't pass like me, and you know that. Stop it.
What you say?
Let me move on. You know that to be true. You know that's true.
G-Star, you can't
pass like me on a
G-Star, you
football
can't play football. G-Star, I play minor league, I play under 20, I play super league, I play Colts. Don't try that, G-Star.
All right.
I play real football.
And I one up you.
You can't, G-Star, you can't play football. You don't understand the game.
This is not a
don't try that.
Me and you.
Try something else, people.
No, but you just tried to say I don't watch football, right?
No, but I'm saying
does that sound like I watch football?
No, do you reason it sound like you don't have a clue about the game, about?
Okay, no, I'm just smarter. That's all.
No, you're not very smart, about.
Here, you know what? You just sidetrack me, and I'm going to engage you now since you want to do this. Name me a time, Zidane, Orville, whoever, get anybody in the KLS building where an entity that is an individual, that's a something or a someone, is more impactful, influential, but not more important. Tell me.
But because you're talking about the player, my boss.
I said position. I said anything. I said position. Anything. I said entity or person. Anything.
I have never.
Tell me.
I'm going to tell you one right
now. Yeah, go ahead.
I have hardly seen a wicketkeeper get man of the match. But I've seen bowlers get man of the match. But I can tell you that the wicket-keeping position is more important.
So the bowlers are more influential.
But the wicket-keeping position is more important than any one bowler.
Mr. Higgins, do you know what we mean by importance? Let me school you on Zidane today.
Hold on. We'll leave the cricket point. Because you remember...
I'm not leaving the cricket point today.
So you can lose a bowler.
Who'd you say, Mr. Higgins?
I am saying
bowler?
Listen what I'm saying now.
Yeah.
When you're on the field, your wicketkeeper is your most important position on the field.
Okay.
But the wicketkeeper very rarely
is not the most influential.
He is the most important.
No, but is the wicketkeeper the most influential?
Not necessarily.
All right. So if I put in the backup wicketkeeper, right, and then put in the backup bowler,
you are more like.
Who is more influential? Who's going to help me to win?
No, man. Listen.
The bowler?
It depends on who the backup bowler is. But I'm saying, if you replace in our test match, remember you have 4 bowlers in it.
Yeah.
And the wicketkeeper is only one wicketkeeper you have in a 11. So usually if your wicketkeeper goes down, is a makeshift man you gotta use now.
Mr.
And I'm saying if one of your 4 bowlers go down, you can still panka with the other
and if
3.
one of your wicket keepers goes
if
down,
your
then
main wicketkeeper goes down, G-Star, and is a rocks now a fair key, that position is the but even without that, is the most important position for the fielding team.
By the way,
but he won't get the man of the match.
Hold on, no, by the way, because let me concede this point about goalkeepers and quarterbacks. It is more important to have a competent goalkeeper than it is to have maybe a competent quarterback.
Come on, kill himself.
Then all right.
No, hold on, no.
G-Star, it was nice talking to you.
Brethren, hold on, no, man. You see, that's the problem with you. But hold on, no. That's the problem with you. Let me speak. You're trying
no,
to
this is love.
That's not even. Was that
No, this is love. Say it again, G-Star. Say it again.
Yeah. Anyway, I said.
Say it again, G-Star.
Brother, I said what I said. Don't waste my time, Zidane. That's the problem.
All right, go on.
I said what I said, right?
Man shoot himself in the foot. Go on.
No, gentlemen. There's a thing called value over replacement player. So what that means, that's literally a stat in basketball, right? It says the person's value and their importance. Part of your importance comes with how replaceable you are and how well you can get a competent replacement or a good replacement. Here's the thing, gentlemen. In every EPL game or in every EPL league, all the goalkeepers are competent.
G-Star, we have to run.
All the goalkeepers are competent. Hold on, give me 15. All right, go on.
We have to run.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
what?
G-Star has said what we have been saying. This is the second time. And he can't say, I asked him a fool question and he fell for it. So this time he came to that conclusion, not after a question is asked, but by his own free volition, as the court would say. It's more important to have a competent goalkeeper in football than it is to have a competent quarterback in NFL, which is precisely the point we were trying to make. Let's go back online. Hello. Oh, we take the break. We coming up to the break. 615-2841. Sorry about that. 615-2841. Or 676-6968. We're coming back.
Paul, I need help with a vehicle cost this year. It's going through the roof. You think I should call Keith?
You're mad. Don't you want a system that easy for you?
Yeah, man.
You want the best price boat here too?
Yeah, man. I bet you want real-time alert and island-wide coverage. Yeah, man. So the smart choice is Hawkeye.
They will give you a free 30-day trial.
Yeah, man.
Hey, tell me something. You ever say anything but yeah, man?
Yeah, man.
Just say yeah, man to Hawk Tracker from Hawkeye. Call us at 926 Hawk. Conditions apply.
Security guards must be certified to get licensed to work, says the government. Don't hesitate, don't delay. Get certified and enter a prosperous career with local and City and Guilds international certification in security personnel in 6 to 8 weeks at Distinction College, an approved City and Guilds center endorsed by the PSRA with locations in Kingston, Spanish Town, and Ocho Rios. Start classes very soon. No subjects required, no experience required, no entrance test, no age limits. Call 356-4167.
You're listening to Omega Radio, broadcasting live. Omega Radio, Omega Radio, Omega.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so that was that. 615-2841. 615-2841. How we staying, Nick?
Well,
all right.
WhatsApp text messages.
Yeah.
Text message.
It's now time for text messages on the Sports Desk.
No, G-Star. You just threw in the white flag. Mr. Chin here. Mr. Chin. Call the show, Mr. Chin. Why are you giving this man so much time? Run him off. Why G-Star? Well done to Preacher and G-Star for an excellent square off, but I'll give it to G-Star because he defended his point better. Greetings, gentlemen. Listen to the debate yesterday, and I must say commendations to Preacher and G-Star. Preacher was very clear and convincing. I'm giving him the win. All right, so that looked like it. G-Star just killed his own argument.
Committed suicide.
I don't understand why G-Star would, after all this time, say that the keep it's better to have a competent keeper than a competent NFL one.
I wonder why would he think so? There's a reason why he would think so.
Because he supports the argument and they even realize. Excelsior 107 for 8. So stats at the moment on top, but them say you'll never see a side is on top and two side bottom. So, but that is what it is at the moment. Are we staying on, Nick?
All right, 615-2841. That's 615-2841. Call through and let your voice be heard on any sporting topic of your choice. All right. Yeah, man. Or 676-6968 as well. 676-6968. I understand that line
is working as well. All right, we go back on. Hello.
Hello.
Below average.
Howdy, careless massive.
Yeah, howdy below average.
Zidane.
Yes, sir.
I know somebody personally. I speak to him every Sunday, at least once a week, sometimes more than once per week. And this person is a football player who plays for a team in the Super League. He play Manning Cup, he play under 13, he play under 15, he play under 17, and him currently playing Super League. What them call it now? Championship, I think them call it now.
Yes, yes.
And he had no interest in going to the game to watch Messi. No interest whatsoever. So we can't talk about somebody now who don't watch football. We talk about somebody who actually has played football for them at 13 till him somewhere in I don't know, maybe early 30s, you know. And he had no intention of going to the game and no interest. Reason being, Cristiano Ronaldo is his favorite player.
But generally isn't he involved in football and watches a lot of football?
May I address something yesterday to G-Star?
No, because G-Star is not a football person. I'm saying.
Oh, you know that?
Because
you know, me a football person. Can you tell me something about football?
But you always ask for going to football games. I've never heard it from G-Star.
You tell me one time on the radio, say, me no watch football.
Me tell you that?
Yes, sir. About 5 years ago.
What? No. I said you said you don't watch.
You don't watch. You never talk
No.
You said Bill Average is a man, you know.
No. Let me tell you what I said.
Watch football. Let
me tell you what I said.
You can't tell me.
No. Nice try. I tell you don't watch club football.
Look here.
Yeah, and you admitted that.
Never said it again. This first, listen now. Just listen for a minute. Because sometimes I can't talk, but 2 years said that to G-Star. Because you see with you now, and not for we're speeding himself on a steady diet of English league. Anybody who don't watch, who don't do that,
G-Star don't watch no football at all. G-Star never asks for the Premier League ticket either. So I'm saying he doesn't ask for Premier League tickets either.
The post money says I'm not beg no ticket.
No, he doesn't watch any football. I'm telling you, he doesn't go to Premier League games. He doesn't go to Jamaica national team games. And I'm saying Messi come now with the big hype. But at least
you tell me about, he didn't want to go to the game for one reason. Does he tell me why?
Has he ever watched
the game? You know?
All right, well, forget about Messi now. Has he ever gone?
No, I forget about Messi
because
that's what bother me.
Let me tell you why Messi, my boss. Let me explain to you.
It really matters.
Somebody he doesn't want to go to he doesn't go to Jamaica games. He doesn't go to Premier League finals. None of that. So I'm saying Messi come now. If you have any little football in you, you're gonna say, all right, I'm gonna run down the hype. That's interested in.
Because me tell you about somebody who have a whole heap of football in time for
doesn't he watch Jamaica?
And he's never interested to go because
does he go to Jamaica?
Team ball are coming when I go and
you're missing the point. Complete. But go on.
So me I said the point I'm trying to get to you is that just because Messi come here and a man don't want no interested in go watching Messi, that means the man don't watch football. Because I went to the game and if I did, and based on what I see, if I had not gone to the game, I don't think I'd miss nothing.
No, but Chipping Port, in fairness, I think you're missing.
What?
I think you're completely missing the point.
What is the point?
The point that Zidane was making is that G-Star doesn't watch any other kind of football.
He don't know that unless he live for the man yard.
He doesn't go to Premier. All right, listen, we are in the group and the man him got Premier League. Pioneer, Shipping Port, all the others say Premier League final are going. CC, they all going to the game. G-Star has never been there. So I'm saying no Messi. Messi come now. At least it's not big hype up game. G-Star still doesn't go there. So I'm saying G-Star is not a football guy.
You don't know if me go there. You never see me on a football game.
I've heard you talking about going to Premier League games.
Well, me about a football game.
Below average. So the point can't go for you who always watch football.
No, man, Zidane talk for it. Below average don't watch football.
Foreign club football, they don't.
That's him say. Anyway, Orville, and this I go for Zidane again, you know.
Yes.
Right? But Orville, did I hear correctly in the snippets of the interview with Rene Simoes last night? Him say, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I think me not hear good enough. Me get up and turn up the TV when me hear him say so. Me get up and take up the remote and turn up the TV. Did he say use the word talented to describe Walter Boyd and said that he think he had the ability to play for Brazil?
Yeah, he said he could play. Did he say for or in? But he did mention something about Walter Boyd and Brazil.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, this is the man who is sitting beside you right now in the studio says that him not good and all him do is just dribble and lose the ball and drive in shots and tired.
I never use the term him not good. Ordinary.
Alright, him ordinary and him use him drive him shots when him tired when him after him dribble.
He was an ordinary footballer.
But the coach who me never know, see I say it deep now in Orville because some things them hear my talk last time. I wonder if I should about them saying about Bundong, Baker and all them things.
But let me ask you a question.
No, hold on.
Hold on, let me ask you a question.
Hold on, man, let me ask you something.
Oh.
You didn't know about them something, Orville?
No. I was fascinated
by it. Me know the people them serious about Walter Boyd, but me don't know them take it.
No, one of the times he said that the Zambians, when they came, was asking, who is this?
Yeah, man, but you know what me talk about that one already.
No, man, go on, man.
No, the thing when him say about if him not carrying them out, bun down the Captain Baker, the man him life and that threat and that.
At one point, he said they were at a game after him start getting death threats about.
Yes, me never know them get death threats, you know.
Me never know that either. But by the way, people were talking about an interview that was aired on my program at CT last night. I didn't do the interview, but it was a recorded interview which was played during that program. One of the things he said that after he was getting death threats about not playing Walter, subsequently to that they were at a game. I think them play Santos himself in our practice game, and him noticed everybody sit far from him.
So everybody knows it.
And him said to the man, why are you sitting over there and you over here? And they said, coach, when the shot start fire, me no why not the firing line.
No, me never. We're so confused with that. Me never know it reach that far. But you know, me want to say something now. You know, for some man, we say them only listen certain program. That's why I mean listen and watch every sports program in Orville.
Yes.
Because I mean when you hear this one, your program now, your program who the two are adversaries.
Yes.
Right? That's why I mean that man, me not call sports program and take side and get involved in a certain like a petty argument and say me nah listen that the program, I mean nah listen that the program. That's not me. Because you see me when me always tell a man, you see when me miss on this program, me catch it on the next program.
True.
So that's why I mean listen. For them talk about football, me want to hear everybody. All let me not call the program, me still want to listen and hear. But anyway, see that.
But one more thing on that. He said something last night again that I had kind of known before, but last night he emphasized that they were on. Was it a plane coming from New York when he was deciding whether or not Walter would make that World Cup?
Yes, yeah.
Right, and he said there were 24 players. He gave each one of them a piece of paper, and he said name the other 23 that should make France.
Yeah, but tell us something when I say go on.
And him said 21 of the 24 players write down Walter Boyd name that the man must.
He said 21 of the 24.
Yes.
Because me not play a person who did not write the paper for Walter Boyd going on. Me no want me can't call him.
No. Better you know.
Yeah. Who did not?
Yeah, I gotta respect that man and anything.
I mean about that long years ago. So him decided said no, Walter Boyd not forgot.
All right, make we leave it this.
But Zidane, this is the man who you say him only run for the field and shift and draw down in shots with him. Is the coach Rene Simoes who carry the World Cup?
Why are you saying things that I don't say? You say I said only. You said I said.
Yes, when him on the field.
No, you use
ordinary and him go shift the ball and dribble.
No, but you say you use the word.
The game.
You're saying you're saying I use the word only. That is not true below average. I couldn't use that he's only on the field drawing him shots.
So
what if Rene Simons said all of that about? So what if Rene Simons said all of that?
Let me tell you, so what? Me would have feel so Rene Simons know about football and know ball more than you.
But you disagree.
That's what me believe.
But you disagree with coaches all the time.
Despite the fact that me disagree with coaches all the time.
No, respond to me.
If me walk in a room,
yes.
I mean here Rene Simons over there so I talk about football. I mean, you over here so I talk about football. Guess which side me I got.
It doesn't matter, my boss. It don't matter which side you are on. So but I'm saying you below average.
You know what I said then? That no opinion no matter, you know.
You have a disagree with coach. Many top coaches who think Messi is, but you disagree with them.
So therefore, that nobody opinion no really matter then.
Then my opinion, what do you mean opinion no matter? Me give my opinion, my boss.
Your opinion no matter.
No, I'm saying what about record.
Oh, you know what about argument? Your opinion
I'm saying what the fact is.
This the company should have.
No, but what the fact is what about record is ordinary, my boss.
So it's Chippy Bailey record.
Yes, I agree for Jamaica. His record is
you company's program as a Chippy is a world class player, you know.
But I'm saying to you.
You remember that?
No.
You know that?
But I'm saying to you,
yes, remember
what I'm saying, Leon Bailey, it's the difference between me and you. Yes, Leon Bailey record for Jamaica is very ordinary, boss. And very often, hold on, let me finish.
And you said,
hold on, let me finish. Let me don't talk, man, because
you want to say it, you know, I read a man say it too.
Me credible, my boss. You're not. Listen to this again.
What makes you credible?
Leon Bailey.
Tell me now.
Let
me
talk now.
And the fact that you work
let me talk now, my boss. No, me not talking that regard. I'm saying,
which way you
listen to me, my boss. Listen to me before you run. Listen to me and the difference between me and you. Leon Bailey is my biggest Jamaican fan. But when he plays for Jamaica, quite often Leon Bailey is very ordinary. If it's for Jamaica alone, my boss. If I didn't see Leon Bailey play football anywhere but the Jamaica national team, Leon Bailey would also be a very ordinary. You see my objective?
Good, sir.
But you watch Waterboy for Jamaica
for a while. We noticed on the Champions League game, I didn't watch the second leg, I watched the first leg. With Aston, we only see a part of the second leg with Aston Villa and PSG. But we noticed there was no game for Leon Bailey in those legs.
Really, yes.
What the coach done with him? In an important game like that, and you're starting to Zidane, world-class player. You don't, and if you're not injured, you don't give him no game at all.
But I don't know.
What the coach think?
I don't know if he's injured. I'm honest. I checked that.
Well, obviously, you're not disagree with the coach's opinion. If you're not injured, the coach not playing. You Zidane disagree with the coach's opinion, don't it?
Well, what's not playing? He wasn't even on the bench. And he hasn't been even on the bench even for low-level Premier League games. So clear the something.
All right. We're going to finish. Two things I need to say. We're finished now. Orville and Zidane. You see, Walter Boyd, I have been to games. As ordinary as Zidane say he was. I have been to games which part Walter Boyd do things and set the entire stadium alight.
Remember, say you know say well enough because Walter Boyd was a main striker. Walter Boyd said he was.
It's a matter of opinion that you know.
No,
you know why me lose the argument? No. Let me tell you why me lose the argument, you know. He lose the argument because Walter Boyd come from the program and said he was a striker.
Remember, you watch Walter Boyd and me watch Walter Boyd. Zidane Matthew said Walter Boyd was a striker. You said Walter Boyd was it, and Walter Boyd said he was a striker. Me more.
Probably lose the argument.
Me more.
Argument.
That means that me.
People can lose the argument.
I'm saying my assessment of Walter Boyd is far more credible than yours.
Lawyers going to court. Lawyers going to court and lose arguments, and them client get sentenced. This is why the fact the client was innocent.
No, but I'm saying
they can lose arguments.
You watch Walter Boyd and I watch Walter Boyd. You don't know what the position is. So me understand Walter Boyd far more.
You're going to say this again. I'm going to hang up now. I've been to the National Stadium and I have watched both players. Right? I have seen games where Walter Boyd set the entire stadium alight with his skill sets. I have the whole entire crowd buzzing. And here people, when in on the bench, here people are cheer. Blacker, we want the pearl, we want the... I've never seen anything like that for Leon Bailey.
But below average, I have said Walter Boyd is ordinary before Leon Bailey come about, you know. Walter Boyd been ordinary and none for the Leon Bailey. You know?
Me just surprised when, Orville?
Yeah, man.
Me just surprised when me hear when the coach said about blacks last night about could play for Brazil and I said they're not so highly anything of it.
How foolish is that, my boss?
I don't remember if he said 4.
Walter Boyd can't play for Brazil, my boss.
Your opinion on matter.
Walter Boyd going to make Brazil side and can't do well for Swansea.
I don't remember if he said 4 or 8, but he did say something about Walter.
The man struggling in a 3rd division in England, Bush League in 3rd division in England, but he can't play in Brazil. Rubbish. Rene Simons attack if him say so. You come at him about Rene Simons like I hit me here.
We take a break. We'll go back.
your NHD refunds at nhd.gov.jm or via the NHD app. Do not click on any links offering to help you. The time by the NHD is
2 o'clock.
For financial news and the latest developments in the business community and economy, Financially Speaking is the top choice. Join me, your host, Harold Gregory, Mondays and Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. as we look at current economic issues, provide small business tips, and help you to build your business and portfolio. That's Financially Speaking, sponsored by Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSC Online Trading.
Do you want the keys to discovering your God-given purpose? Would you like a strategy to fulfill your unique destiny on earth? How about a map to help you navigate the twists and turns on your journey of life? Do you, don't you, will you, won't you? If I coax you, would you want to? Don't you want to? Aren't you going to? Oh, come on, you said you would. Hey, this is Everton Thomas, your friend, your bishop, from the Emmanuel Apostolic Church International with headquarters at 12 Slide Road in Kingston, Jamaica. And I'm inviting you to join me this and every Friday at 11 a.m. right here on this station for Insights, inspiring conversations for everyday life. That's Insights, Fridays at 11 a.m. God bless you now. Stay awesome.
Greetings to you, listen. This is Reverend Ryan A. Gordon, Senior Pastor of the Book of Blessings Healing and Deliverance Ministries, located at 120 Main Street, Pineapple, Oakville, St. Anne, Jamaica, West Indies. Join me every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio Show with Brother Frisco. Join me for a word in time. You can afford to miss this powerful word every Sunday morning on this station. Mommy, it's just open. What's happening? What?
Miracle after miracle after miracle, all inspiring miracles, all-talking miracles, dumbfounded miracles from the power of a miracle-working God. Hear it for yourself on our program Connect with Apostle Jordan McLean, Campus Pastors, Reverend Simona Brownlow, Apostle Troy Lauderdale, Pastor Michael Taylor, Prophet Kingston, Reverend Kenroy Waldo, Waffle Clarendon, and Reverend Tennyson Dixon of Waffle Canada. Waffle Connect for your miracles now, aired Monday to Friday at 4:30 p.m. on this station.
Omega Radio, in association with the Church of St. Margaret, presents New Every Morning, 10 minutes of inspiration to help you through the day, Mondays to Saturdays at 5:50 a.m. The program comes to you courtesy of KFC. It's finger licking good. The Church of St. Margaret. Visit us on Sundays at 6:30 a.m., Saturdays at 8:15, and Wednesdays at 6:30 a.m. And Quality Equipment Distributors. For all your musical equipment and supplies, contact Quality Equipment and Distributors, located at 4 Courtney Walsh Drive, Kingston 10.
You're listening to Omega Radio, broadcasting live. Omega Radio, Omega Radio, Omega.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so the time is right here now for the first selection on the show, and this is brought to you by Edge Campaign's For People Who Dream in Color, one of my all-time favorites from Judy Mowat. Judy Mowat, I think, is an underrated Jamaican singer, and I think she get the plaudits where she deserves. This one is one of her classics. Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Lord, for what you've done for me. Thank you, Lord, for what you're doing now. Thank you, Lord, I wanna sing along, sing along. Said I'm in no competition, but I made my decision. You can keep your opinion. I'm just calling on the wise man communion. Thank you, Lord, for what you've done for me. Thank you, Lord, for what you're doing now. Thank you, Lord, for every little thing. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Lord, you make the birds sing. I want to sing along, sing along. I don't care for aggression. Just to prove my determination. I don't heed to temptation. I have learned my lesson in revelation. Thank you, Lord, for what you've done for me. Thank you, Lord, for what you're doing now. Thank you, Lord, for every little thing. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Lord, you make the birds sing. Sing along, sing along. Said I'm in no competition, but I made my decision. Lord, if I slip away, coming, I'd like to pray. Yeah. Thank you, Lord, for what you've done for me. Thank you, Lord, for what you're doing now. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Lord, for every little thing. Lord, yeah. Thank you, Lord, you made the sweet bird sing. Sing along, sing along.
All right, Jody Mawad with that one called Thank You, Lord. First selection, the other one comes up around about 3. Back on line. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Mount Salem.
Zidane, I allow the pearl alone, no, Zidane.
Meat. I don't meat. Show me the
I
pearl.
allow the pearl, Zidane. I allow the pearl.
Oh, you tell me
because,
if you allow
because
hold
right
on,
now,
no, hold on.
This current,
Hold on. It's not going to happen on the radio today.
You know,
Below average rile me up today. So, it's not me trouble the pearl, sir. I did not mention anything about Walter Boy.
Well, you can't find something good to say about the pearl, Zidane.
It's below average come and talk to me about the pearl.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned about couldn't make ordinary as Swansea and couldn't make the Brazil side. Your big baller, Leon Bailey, who this a Brazil team is a rubbish Brazil team. Him can't make this current Brazil team, you know.
And me agree.
Zidane, you never call him back. I work. Sorry, you never call him back.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, you never call
All right,
him back.
hopefully you can. Yeah. All right, 615-284-1615-284 or 676-696. All right, this game that if Arsenal loses the game, then Liverpool would win the Premier League. So if Arsenal, so it's the Premier League could be decided today just by Arsenal losing, but Arsenal they lead Crystal Palace by a goal to nil. 9 minutes gone in the encounter.
All right. How much this now? 118 for 9. I'm looking at the Spalding Cup. Playoff with Stats and Excelsior. Excelsior have a decent little bowling team. A couple of youth there can bowl. So it's not over, but Stets, as I kind of was leading towards Stets, without seeing them play actually, you know. But from what I saw of Excelsior, usually from the standards you expect of Stets, you expect them to look a little bit better than this. But me tell you, Excelsior is a never say die team, you know. So they could come back. But let's see. We go back online. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Afternoon, Orville and Zidane.
Good afternoon.
Just getting a chance to call the program many years ago, but listen to you regularly.
Yeah. What name do we give you?
My name is just call me Abdul.
Abdul. All right, Abdul.
Let's talk a little bit about Asafa Powell.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
What's Orville? What is it that Asafa Powell expects of us as Jamaicans? You know, we're a poor country, a poor developing country, and Asafa gotten the opportunity to run for us. And we say thanks, many different ways. Asafa Powell brand has been an outstanding brand here in Jamaica, right? Mm-hmm. Locally and internationally. Why is Asafa trying to kill that brand by saying these things? No. This is not the first time that I'm angry with Asafa by a statement on his podcast or something that he has put out since recently. I would suggest that Asafa go and sit down with Carol Beckford and look at his brand and re-examine the way forward for himself.
Mm. The thing is damaging his brand. Is he raising the profile of his podcast?
No, because a lot of people have been outside of that have been, the Asafa Powell brand has been damaged. No, it's not seen as one of those brands anymore. I think the problem with Asafa is that he should have gone to college. Because after track and field, what's next?
He should have gone to college?
Yes, because we are preaching to these athletes when they go professional. Right? Mm. You can't come back and cry over spilt milk,
You see, Bolt didn't go to college, remember?
Several yes, but what has Usain Bolt done with his brand after he's retired? Mm. Right? Asafa Powell needs to open a gas station. Nobody in Jamaica is going to give Asafa Powell any big benefits, or it's just brand recognition. Asafa is just running for his country for pride and glory. Mm-hmm. Take for example, Judith Cuthbert-Flynn. She back in those days when she was running, it was only for pride and glory. After Judith came back to Jamaica, she opened a gym.
Yes, that's true.
The Judith Cuthbert gym. Then she moved into broadcasting afterwards. Yes. Right, for television and radio. Build her brand, build her name. Now she take a different step. She moved into as a member of parliament.
Chris Gale had set up what the place name? Triple Century.
Triple Century. So I'm saying to
Courtney Walsh had set up Cuddies.
Right.
Bold
I'm saying
Tracks and Records. Yes.
Tracks and Records. So I'm saying, Asafa, you have a brand, you have a big brand, a nationwide brand, a worldwide brand. Nobody's gonna sit down and give you anything. Open 3 gas stations across Jamaica, right? Mm-hmm. Allow ladies to come into your gas station and they will spend money with you. The women in Jamaica love Asafa. And I'm saying to Asafa, don't sit around and waste the brand equity. Sit with the strategists and talk to the right people, and save his own brand. Because it is damaged right now. That's my few cents. I will call you on other issues, but I'm heading to a meeting shortly, but it's the best I can do right now.
All right, sir. Big up yourself. I know who that person is. That's a fake name, but clearly the person don't want to give the real name. No, I know who the person is. The person said Asafa brand is damaged. The truth is, though, not everybody disagrees with Asafa's position. So I don't know about a damaged brand. Because there are people who say eye to eye with Asafa and feel that the country really do not feel, or the J trades do not feel. But let's come back after the
The JSC Group, Jamaica Stock Exchange, Jamaica Central Securities Depository Limited, and JCSD Trustee Services, providing a fair, efficient, and transparent stock market for over 45 years. The time by the Jamaica Stock Exchange Group is 2:15. The JSC Group, Jamaica Stock Exchange, Jamaica Central. The JSC Group, the JSC.
It's your favorite gospel DJ. My name is Jermaine Morgan, popular known as Brother Frisco. Joins me weekdays and weekend on your radio. On Mondays, it's 4 p.m. through to 9. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 4 p.m. through to 7 p.m. Thursdays and Fridays, 4 p.m. through to 9. And on Saturdays and Sundays, it's 6 a.m. through to 10 a.m. on Omega Radio, locally and internationally, where your afternoon will get better going into the evening, and your weekend will never be the same. Stay locked with Brother Frisco on your radio.
Greetings to you listeners. This is Reverend Ryan A. Gordon, Senior Pastor of the Broken Vessels Healing and Deliverance Ministries, located at 120 Main Street, Pineapple, Ocheria, St. Anne, Jamaica, West Indies. Join me every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio Show with Brother Frisco. Join me for a word in time. You cannot afford to miss this powerful word every Sunday morning on this station.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
So, we go back online straight away.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, you hear me, Orville?
Yeah.
Wagwan.
Berto.
Yes, sir.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, bro.
Oh, please, man. We'll call already for the year, man. Don't do that.
Oh, you did? All right.
I'm sure I'll call at least once, maybe twice.
All right.
Don't do that to me, man.
What's up?
All right, quickly, a couple of things. I don't have much time, but the first thing, the Asafa thing, I'm not actually much on it. I don't really want to get too deep into the situation, but you know what I'd like? I'd love to see these athletes who have a complaint about the treatment, which is fair in their rights to complain, but be a little more specific now. Tell me what's the problem now. So the problem can be addressed as best as it can, because this is not a rich country by any means, so it can't address everything.
Right.
We can't give you, and the thing about it too is, if you listen to the American athletes, their cries are the same as ours,
Are the same way, yeah. Noah Lyles and Ball.
It's just that the big name people like a Noah Lyles, what he can make commercially is bigger than what our top athletes may make, but he doesn't get any benefits any better than we do. He'll come back from Olympics and he'll come to an empty place.
Yeah.
And I think Asafa, what bothers me a little bit with Asafa is he has so much love, and he seems to be giving away that love by being a bit disingenuous. Asafa has a statue. Melaine Walker doesn't have a statue, and she has an Olympic gold and World Championship gold. Dion Hemmings won her first ever gold medal. She doesn't have a statue. Asafa as an OD. Asafa is constantly treated as a VIP in Jamaica. I don't think he has to go anywhere and join a line anywhere. I mean, Jamaica is not the kind of people that may run behind you and bow down to your knee when they see you. We're just not that kind of people. But it don't mean they don't get a lot of love. I don't know. It sounds a little bit, something is going on that just don't make sense to me. Complaining that you missed out on millions years ago, it's not our fault. We never tell you not to sign with somebody else. And there's no guarantee that had you signed with them, and if you didn't perform to the level that they wanted, that the money would have stayed running. I mean, we've had several athletes that have left Jamaica and gone elsewhere to perform. Have you heard anything from any of them? Have they done anything exceptional or I don't know. I can name the one, I won't call the names, but we've known them. They've gone elsewhere to run during the big times when things were good, and they didn't do anything extra.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think Asafa needs to. I think some of it has to do with how he speaks and how he explains himself. Because for him to say that Jamaica has done nothing for him is absolutely not true. We have to be careful how we use the words, and I think that was just being really excessive.
Why am I the only one when me here have a problem with the part of it when say my kids are not going to run for Jamaica?
I don't really care about that part, to be honest.
No?
I really don't care.
First of all, by the time they get to running for Jamaica, they'll be adults. Asafa is telling us that his 20-year-old son, he's going to have that much control.
Well, that's the reason why I don't care about it, because it is something so steeped in uncertainty that it doesn't make sense to
Plus, we
argue
don't
about
even know if the youth can run well enough.
Exactly. The point is that to me, I ignore that part completely.
Oh, you ignore that?
Because it has no basis in anything that we can look at tangibly and say it will or will not happen. We have a long way to go to that.
Right.
My biggest concern is him saying Jamaica has never done anything for me. The man was a statue at the stadium, brethren.
And the support system needs to improve.
The man was a VIP during the Champs month with Champs and Grand Slam track. And
yes.
The man is treated like royalty in Jamaica. I don't know what Asafa wants from us. And sometimes we kind of wonder, Lord, man, what more we do to make Asafa happy?
Does you and Blake have a statue?
No. But then I'm looking at Dion Hemmings and a Millie Walker. They're worthy of statues too. Yeah. I mean, anyway, another point. I like to deal directly with the sports going on. Jamaica, why do we keep doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting different results? Now here you have World Relays is about to come off in a couple weeks actually, not months, weeks. And we have not put a single team out to try and test and work together. And we're going to end up in the same position we were in last year, where teams were struggling to qualify for the World Championship. And we have the same complaints again, and we're going to have the same bickering, and nothing changes. Why is that, Orville and Zidane? Why can't we?
I think we take the relays serious, but remember that the World Relays is now a qualifier.
I know, that's what I just said.
For the Olympics, so we better start taking it serious.
But here it is, the World Relays is in May. May is just around, is next week. And we do not have, I have not seen a single team running. And then just suppose that with the US again, US is always powerful and has many teams, but at least I'm taking things serious. I mean, in a meet last week where they had about 4 teams running 4x1s and 4x4s.
Yes.
No, some of those people are not going to the World Relays, but at least they had the teams out that they could see the people running. Our people have been running from the early year. Luckily, I have Grand Slam track and have people out running early season now. We've seen everybody out running, haven't we? Pretty much.
Yes.
I mean, there's nobody we haven't seen. Probably Elaine.
We're not seeing Shelley neither.
Oh, Shelley ran over the weekend.
Last weekend.
The weekend we're talking about. But my point is, we are missing the point, the opportunity again to put teams out there to just see what our opportunities are when the World Relays come. Are we going to run into the same problem again? We're going to run into the same complaints again? Nothing will change. Why can't we fix this? What is the J-Trade doing? Can't they meet with the coaches and the managers and the agents and work this thing out? Why is it so hard?
Yeah.
Just put some teams out there. We have enough meets in Jamaica. You can put 4x1s and 4x4s out there constantly. Just put some teams.
We constantly hear that the Relays is not part of the coaches' them mandate.
Okay, well,
so when I'm plan an athlete season, them not think Relays, individual event. The Relays are almost an afterthought.
Well, if that be the case, then I mean,
but it's a year to year. We understand that year to year. So sometimes
I guess we as the fans then should just stop.
I have known of cases where coaches will not allow, once they get to the village at the Olympics or the World Champs, their athlete is not allowed to go to relay practice until their individual events are over.
I guess we just should, as a fan base, then lower the expectation and expect nothing, and then you won't be disappointed, right?
Well,
I guess so.
I mean, I believe that the relays are important. They are, because it's the one thing that you do as a team, and if you're about country, then you should. But then again, based on what a lot of the athletes say, maybe they're not really about country, really. I mean, maybe they really don't care about the country itself. They just really care about themselves running. Maybe that's it. Right. So anyway, that's all I have today. So we'll talk to you guys again.
Good points. We need to do something about our attitude to relays, which has been an issue for a while. But maybe you see, Berto, because we have usually done pretty well in the relays at the Olympics and the World Championships.
Yeah, and that's never an excuse. You know what I mean?
So we almost think that we can just turn up, pick four people, we're fast.
We've seen how bad we've gotten the last few major championships. I mean, we didn't make a 4x4 men in the last Olympic. We've got 0 medals in the relays for the Olympics. I don't think we've ever had that ever in our history. Somebody can check and tell me if I'm lying, but I don't think there's ever been a history where Jamaica don't have a medal in either the 4x1 or the 4x4, even a little bronze or something. No medal at all. I mean, and the teams looked very out of sort, very horrible, very unprepared, very, disjointed, you know what I mean? But I don't know. Again, like you said, maybe it's not a priority to them, so, it is what it is, eh?
All right, Berto, big up. Good call.
Yeah, my respect.
All right. To go to another one, Nicholas. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, I hear a lot of feedback.
Oh, I see this.
Yeah, man, we're hearing you.
I hear one little feedback.
No, we are hearing you clearly, though.
Yeah, for me, it's still the thing with Asafa, but for me, I look when we come look at the J3 and the JOA and those organizations, I want to know if they don't have like education campaign for athletes to say life after the sport in terms of transitioning from being an athlete and becoming amongst the regular citizens. When you, in terms of them transitioning out from being an athlete and coming out in the world, Orville.
Come again. Say that again.
All right. So in terms of I was saying, if the J3 or the JOA, they have programs where they would educate the athletes and transitioning from a sports career where they were running and stuff and transitioning into post-retirement, like coming out from stop competing and now you have to live for the rest of your life.
And you're asking if it's J3, if the J3s could help more?
Yeah, in terms of like having an education program, I said, remember in sports, you have coaching, you have agent, you have managers, you have all of these things like just to ease the burden of them coming out from competing and coming into the regular world now where some of them are, in order to survive for the rest of their life, they need to go into a 9-to-5 or start up a business or something.
And you think the J3, I'm sure it can hurt. J3 say, boy, listen, but me not think it's something where you can blame the
No,
J3
because remember, all right, no, because look on it like this, Orville. For most, some of these athletes, they have been competing from saying schools and some of them bank for themselves and never took a scholarship because the ones who took the scholarship and went away, I think most of them would have probably better off in terms of them. If they didn't make it pro, they have the education to bank on. The ones who just
what about them? What about them coaches at the junior level, coaches at the senior level, agent, managers?
The people that just want to win. They just want to win.
No, but I'm saying they are the ones who would be responsible for telling the athletes that.
No, but what I'm saying is, Zidane, in terms of the responsibility,
I don't-
a lot of these coaches, agents, and these people, their concern is about milking the amount of money they can make out of you.
No, and I don't think that is something that you can ask the J3s to do. Are they? I don't.
No, but all right. So for me, if you look into it, because as I said before, a lot of what Asafa is saying, unless he come out and explain what kind of support system is.
That is my thing. That is mine. I don't know exactly what he would want.
Hold the line.
That's the thing.
Hold the line, sis.
Yeah.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute, sponsored by Edgechem, Western Sports, Megamart, Spectrum Insurance Brokers, D'Angelo Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, and Fosrich.
All right, that's in Sports in a Minute at this time. Rangers have confirmed that for the first time that they are in negotiation with American investors, including San Francisco 49ers, about possible takeover of the club. Reports of interest first surfaced earlier this year. earlier this year, but at Ibrox Club said the productive conversations are ongoing. In a joint statement, Rangers also added that the potential investors are looking for a controlling stake. Neither party have mentioned a timeline for any deal to be concluded. Through sources close to the negotiation previously said a deal was expected to be completed between April and June. And that's your sports in a minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Western Sports, the sports people. Megamart, best value by far. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standard. Danjel Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10, and shop number 10, 1A Chapelton Road. Call 876-929-9146. And Fosrich.
Listen up, Jamaica. At Fosrich, everybody's getting a solar water heater. $20,000 deposit. 6 months to pay. What a deal! Fosrich financing.
The Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission, JADCO, needs your help to eliminate doping and keep sport clean. If you have concerns about any doping activity, you can share the information with JADCO anonymously. The information you share will be treated with the highest level of confidentiality. Make the right call if you see something, say something. Protect clean sport. Protect our legacy. To report doping activity, call 888-429-5232 or visit the JADCO website at jadco.gov.jm. A message from the Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission.
Alliance MoneyGram money transfer is up and running again. Now you can receive your money when and where you need it at any Alliance MoneyGram agent island-wide.
Get the inside scoop. Tune in to Budget Bites, a brief breakdown of the 2025 budget presentation by Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness. It's an informative snapshot of the budget and what it means for you. Don't miss Budget Bites, bite-sized insights into the Prime Minister's vision for Jamaica. Budget Bites, unpacking the budget for you.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, back. Welcome back. Back with the CC.
Yeah, what I can say is this. I think even Asafa knows this. Not every athlete or every sports person can retire from sport and not have some sort of substantial income coming in. And as a matter of fact, every one of them still need money coming in. So in terms of going out and doing a 9 to 5 or anything, but I think the thing to Zidane is that they are ahead of the curve. If you used to be a athlete who used to run, why can't you go transition to being an agent or a manager? Because you were a part of the sport, you know. So you should understand how the sport dynamics work. So you are ahead of somebody that has no
yes. Yeah, man, but
information.
I don't really understand what Asafa is saying, and he hasn't been specific. Because I don't know of any country that consistently pay athletes after retirement. Any country federation in any sport. I haven't heard of any.
I think he must go come out and speak on it specifically as to what he's speaking of. Because unlike in Canada where they have like the athlete assistance program, and not every single athlete get access to it, you have to apply to that program. Where in terms of your development, when you run and if you want assistance in travel costs or assistance in training costs and them stuff there. But it's not like after you retire, that's it. When you're retired, it's not like.
And remember, whenever you make a decision to represent your country, you know, you pursue a career in any sporting field, it's your decision. You made that decision, you know.
But you see, the greatest point is this, Zidane, in terms of athletics, and I think even he knows this. And football, you can have a 15-year career in football and never play for your country. But in athletics, I don't see you having a substantial career and never running for your country. Because the Olympics and the World Championship is the two biggest things in track and field, and you have to have a flag to represent. So in terms of even the country that you represent, depending on the cachet that country has, you going into a negotiation coming from a certain country, it elevates you to. That is just my belief. And people have asked and said track and field for a long period of time has been an amateur sport. Track and field has been predominantly amateur level. So the people who are like Herb McKinley and them people away never really make nothing out of the sports coming right now. You understand? So in terms of now that it is going into a professional aspect, you see more and more money being pumped into the sport. So more and more athletes who are coming into the sport and becoming pros are earning far better from it. 25 years ago, certain things never happened. In the Olympics, there wasn't prize money until last Olympics. The gold medalists get a money. In the next one, there wasn't prize money. In women's football, Zidane, there was no prize money in the first World Cup, the second World Cup, the third World Cup, the fourth World Cup. Prize money was started in the fifth World Cup in women's football. So you know what that means? Even when you play for your country and go win a World Cup, the USA women never play for their country and go win a World Cup. They weren't getting anything.
Was it a case of them not getting anything or they weren't getting?
Yeah, clearly they would be getting per diem and match.
Right.
Yeah.
The per diem and them stuff there, but clearly the athletes who go and represent Jamaica gets per diem and all of those things as well. So I'm saying in terms of compensation,
they didn't win a prize money
in a tournament. There was no prize money, Orville.
From FIFA?
From FIFA, there was no prize money.
Sounds strange.
In the
I remember the women
there was no prize money.
I remember the women
95,
complaining that they were not compensated as well. But if you say so, I'll take you.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you that prize money started. I think.
Well, the prize money go to the federation doing a CC. So I'm gonna take that point with.
No, remember reset. All right, look what is it? The last World Cup that Jamaica.
No, what I'm saying,
right?
CC, that would be a federation issue. So anybody who win the World Cup is the federation. Would I get the money and not the players? You know.
No, but remember, they play them contract. You get a percentage.
cricket now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'll give you my perspective of the certain other things he said that was quite a lot.
Right.
So you got to know Jamaican people, man. You have to people that deliver. Leon Bailey paid the price for his delivery to you, boss.
Yes, indeed. There you go.
Yeah.
What? When you're a public figure, and you have to, so you know they are them things. You have to be very, just like America, you have to be delicate, you know. You remember what they told when name, your boy, when name man, your boy man, the greatest one you say, man.
Well, LeBron James.
LeBron, yeah.
What did LeBron James say?
Them tell LeBron, shut up and dribble. Leave this alone. You have to be careful. Now, Orville, me and you on the cricket now.
Yeah.
All right. So nothing not change. Everything is the same. We're playing in Jamaica. Give me your. I just wanted this. The 7 is the wicket keeper. Me and you go agree this. I just want 1 to 7, with the 7 being the wicket keeper. But me and you agree on the 6. Jason Oda as the captain, right? So we could just agree with that.
All right. So John will open with Craig for me.
Okay, we're good so far.
Yes, Imlak will have to make the team based on the amount of runs.
No, but Imlak is the wicket keeper number 7. May I agree? That's all. That's what I said. 6 and 7. May I agree? Jason Oda the captain, the specialist.
Well, this Silva would have to matter. This Silva comes at 5. This Silva.
So, but you're not giving me 3 and 4 yet.
Well, and then I eliminate, man. So
okay. You can't go any direction.
So Imlak keep, but me as a holder might not be available. So we probably have to look at
it. Let's assume he's available though. We're not going to do the theoretical and
all right, so holder
is available.
If holder is fit and available and playing, holder at 6. Imlak at 5.
No man, you have Imlak at 7, the wicket keeper.
Oh, the Silva at 5.
Right.
Holder at 6, the Silva at 5. John and Craig open. So me I look at 3 and 4, right?
Here you go, genius.
So it's 3 and 4 me I look. God know this may sound a way, you know. But me that back Shea Hope at 4.
It's a diaspora.
Everybody listen.
Is he going to put Shea Hope?
Shea Hope at 4.
What has changed for you with Shea Hope though?
Because there's no Banner, no Blackwood in the team anymore. But the time when I was saying Shea Hope came at the team, there was Myers, there was Banner, there was Blackwood, there was Holder. There were 4 other people within that top 6 that were averaging 30 or close enough. Now I pay like a 20 at average man just like Hope.
No, you kind of wasn't clear. When you say Shea Hope couldn't make a team, you say even the man that make more runs in a regional cricket for play over Shea Hope.
Yeah, man, I didn't want him play.
You never use Banner and Mears as your reason to keep him out.
No, me did think him just average like everybody else. And me did want him play some first class cricket and dominate. But they got the way they covered beer.
Yeah.
Boy, if them pick him, me wouldn't ball. But it's not. But me not say Wells.
No, again, Diego, you're talking to man very specific. I want to know where Harvey got pick as the coach.
All right, all right. So
Sammy, put on Sammy hat. Yeah. So Hope is that 3.
And I have a surprise, you know.
That's what I hear.
Me think so them little regular man like Hodge them and Atanis them get them chance. Django get only 2 games over Pakistan, so I'd probably stick with Django.
You know, so may have the top. May I agree with this first 4, so it's the 5th now. And may I have 6 and 7, so it's the 5th now.
I don't say Shea Hope. I don't know, boy. If Shea Hope now go keep him, probably can't make the side fish. Can't make the side fish.
No, man, you don't say Shea Hope already. You can't change now.
No, but it's not a real conviction. You know? It's just me want a little experience in the middle. So, all right, no Shea Hope.
So because you get a little pressure now, you back out Shea Hope.
Rastan Chase. Give me some.
Rastan Chase at 3.
No, Rastan now
Django at 4.
Rastan now about 3. Me about Django at 3.
Django at 3, Rastan Chase 4.
How else me say?
No, you need the number 5 now. So you say you take out. You see that? All right,
Imlak or the Silva at 5.
No man, Imlak at 7 as the wicket keeper.
And the Silva at 5. The Silva make almost the most runs in the regional.
You know, so I'll give you, man. You know, so my thing is exactly what you said before.
Yeah.
Me have the same Campbell and Brathwaite. Me have Hope. Me have Django, Hope and Django, and then me have the Chase over the Silva at 5.
No, the silver have to
So we only disagree with the silver. So you're putting the silver base. So he was dropped in. You agreed with him being dropped. So and he's not wicket keeping. So you're based it on regional cricket then.
He's come back to the regional cricket and out, but all of the specialist batsmen there. Can't ignore that.
But never said them said regional cricket is not the primary.
No, well,
thing for selection.
No, if it close, but when you come back and dominate, on the same pitch them against the same bowler, them more than Hodge, more than Athanaze, more than Greaves, more than Casey Carty, me can't ignore that. So that silver and him black would have to find a place.
So then the only difference should be you put that silver over Hope then.
Yeah, I am picking that silver over Hope. Yeah.
Oh, that's where we disagree.
All right.
Because when we look on the regional level, we don't know since CC, Combined Islands, and the Jew. Like the regional level very low. But okay, we got you.
All right.
No more.
Stats gone 34 for 2. This Excelsior team have fight back, which means schoolboy cricket gone. All right, hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Guys, how y'all doing?
Dangerous in 5.
Did I hear Orville selected Hope in his lineup?
Boy, I may have to shut me eye. Me not gonna block the road still. You know, so partially it's because me think them. Partially it's because me think them are gonna pick him. Partially.
Orville, you're a man that started out with very clear principles about how you select players.
Yeah, but remember them say now them now work with a criteria again.
You come up with rules like a regional cricketer. You
all right, let me state back my hand. Half of what I was doing a while ago was picking not just what me think, but me think them think. Do I think a man should not play regional cricket and make the team? No. But since that now become part of what them do, and thing. Me know say them like Rutherford as well. So me not particularly like Shea Hope, but the truth is been a rate Hodge them and Athanaze them and Carty them no better than Hope really. So if they go with Hope, me can't ball. All of them average 20. None of them no special. So for me, if when me look the man against Australia, I miss Shea Hope, me not block the road. And if me see Casey Carty or Athanaze or whatever, Hodge them, nothing special. None of them, no special. So me wouldn't block the road this time. Desperate time call for desperate measures.
You still have to have some principle in the selection of the players, man. Still have to do that.
I don't know, boy.
So Diego, let me go over my side for you, Diego. I had said Brathwaite and Campbell.
Yeah.
I had said that I'm bringing in new boy Kevlan Anderson, asking him to bat at 3. Perform very well in regional.
But you can't make the new boy bat 3. But Kevlan has done well. But me wouldn't make him bat 3. I want my number 3 for be somebody who play test cricket.
Everybody knew in this.
That again.
Everybody in this thing you knew.
No, but at least make the man where step 3, a man where would have played test cricket before.
All right, I'm here. I'm still going to ask Anderson to bat at 3. Everybody I run from a 3 position. And Anderson has made runs at 3 in regional. I'm going to ask him to bat at 3. Boy.
So when you there when you say boy,
I was keeping Athanaze at 4.
Athanaze what a very ordinary regional 4 day.
Athanaze and Django. And I might give Django the edge.
Yeah.
I don't know. Athanaze disappointed me this regional season.
How much in average?
I'm gonna drop Hodge.
About 28 in average. Or 30 something like that.
None
of them. Neither him nor Hodge no do nothing at all in the regional season. Hold the line. Hold the line.
For financial news and the latest developments in the business community and economy, Financially Speaking is the top choice. Join me, your host Errol Gregory, Mondays and Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. as we look at current economic issues, provide small business tips, and help you to build your business and portfolio. That's Financially Speaking, sponsored by Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSC Online Trading.
Omega Radio, in association with the Church of St. Margaret, presents New every morning, 10 minutes of inspiration to help you through the day. Mondays through Saturdays at 5:50 a.m. The program comes to you courtesy of KFC. It's finger licking good. The Church of St. Margaret. Visit us on Sundays at 6:30 a.m., Saturdays at 8:15, and Wednesdays at 6:30 a.m. And Quality Equipment Distributors. For all your musical equipment and supplies, contact Quality Equipment and Distributors, located at 4 Courtney Walsh Drive, Kingston 10.
Do you want the keys to discovering your God-given purpose? Would you like a strategy to fulfill your unique destiny on earth? How about a map to help you navigate the twists and turns on your journey of life? Do you, don't you, will you, won't you? If I coax you, would you want to? Don't you want to? Aren't you going to? Oh, come on, you said you would. Hey, this is Everton Thomas, your friend, your bishop, from the Emmanuel Apostolic Church International with headquarters at 12 Slide Road in Kingston, Jamaica. And I'm inviting you to join me this and every Friday at 11 a.m. right here on this station for Insights, inspiring conversations for everyday life. That's Insights, Fridays at 11 a.m. God bless you now. Stay awesome.
You're listening to Omega Radio, broadcasting live. Omega Radio, Omega Radio, Omega.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute, sponsored by Edgechem, Western Sports, Megamart, Spectrum Insurance Brokers, Dangel Auto Spears and Accessories Limited, and Fosrich.
Marcus Rashford feels it's unlikely he will play for Manchester United again under Ruben Amorim, but will not rush into making a decision about his future. Rashford scored his 4th goal since joining Aston Villa on loan in February during their 2-1 loss to Manchester City on Tuesday. The striker's loan deal at Villa Park expires at the end of the season. And that's your Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Western Sports, the sports people. Megamart, best value by far. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standard. Dangel Auto Spears and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10, and shop number 10, 1A Chapelton Road. Call 876-929-9146. And Fosrich.
Listen up, Jamaica. At Fosrich, everybody's getting a solar water heater. $20,000 deposit. 6 months to pay. What a deal. Fosrich Financing.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
You know something, Dwight? I'm wondering if we are being a little unfair on Justin Greaves, you know. I'm just looking at his stats.
But Justin Greaves is playing for the same position that Jason Holder has.
Yeah, but me not think Jason not gonna play.
Yeah. If Jason doesn't play, I think Justin Greaves
will play.
Comes in and occupies that position. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
But I'm just running on the assumption that Jason will be in the squad. So that's why I haven't named Greaves.
All right.
I think Jason walks into the team over Greaves once fit. That has always been my position.
Fair.
So I have Campbell Brathwaite, Anderson Django, Da Silva, Holder, and Imlach. That's my thing, all right? And we can talk about that a bit later. But
you can't find a spot for Rasta against Australia, who, if they have a week, this is against good Australia. Yeah.
Yeah, but the same reason. What has Rastan done?
2 matches, 3 innings, 174, top score 122, average of 58.
Yeah, but why am I play more? Why am I only play 2 matches?
Well, that's again.
Then everybody else have played at least 7 matches. Why am I just running and play 2 matches and not more? Anyway, we can discuss that a bit later. Let me get back to this thing. 2 things. This G-Star and Preacher thing. Interesting debate, I'll say. Now, let me just say this straight. If the discussion will be about a goalkeeper being judged at a level of average down to absolutely incompetent, then clearly you're going to say the goalkeeper is better.
No, we're not discussing better.
are more influential or more important. If you're judging it from a level of either having no goalkeeper, which doesn't happen in any football game, to a goalkeeper who is less than competent, then of course you're gonna always get up and say the goalkeeper is more important. But that is not the standard that we have in these conversations when we ask who is better.
The argument was not about better. Hold on, my boss. For the second time, the argument was not about who is better. So I don't know why.
Who is more important? Sorry.
Good.
Who is more
so don't keep talking about better.
Thanks for the correction.
Good, sir.
All right. But anytime we're talking about who is more important, the standard is not that you don't have that position. You don't have anybody playing the position on the field. That's not the standard.
No. We usually don't have.
Is always.
We usually don't have discussions about who is more important. We usually have discussions about the word that. No. Tell me one other discussion that we have had prior to this one about sporting people who are more important now.
So what is more important, the batting or the ball?
But that didn't take into account people. We're talking about runs.
You can always put a batsman to it or a player to it. But I'm saying whenever we have these conversations about who is more influential, who is more important.
Yeah, but no. With batting, with wicket, no, I'm not make a stray from that. With wickets and runs, we were not comparing positions, man. We are talking about which wickets and runs. This is not what we're discussing now. We're discussing positions now.
I remember this got all the way back to you and a statistician friend there. Can't remember his name right now. The conversation originally was who is more influential in getting a team to win, batting or bowling.
Oh yeah, talk Zaire,
yeah.
No,
that was the original conversation, you know? and nobody in those conversations said, "Oh, what if you don't have any bowlers in the team?"
No, man. Actually, no. Those situations, those examples came up. Which would you prefer? A team packed with batting and liquor bowling, or packed with bowling and liquor batting?
No, man. But packed with batting would still mean that you have some bowling.
Yeah, but we still don't know the quality of what those bowlers are.
But when they frame this conversation, Orville, unfairly, you keep saying, "What if there's no goalkeeper in the game?" Number one, football is not played without a goalkeeper. That situation does not arise.
You don't think I know that? I'm saying apart from the rules that says he must be there, one way of judging importance is take away this position and then see what you can, how you cope. So many not about.
Don't you think there's a judgment on importance every time a team they sit down to select a team?
I understand.
When we were in primary school, selecting bunch of players to go and play cricket. Yeah. And we're selecting players. Did you select the wicketkeeper first?
No, because we take it for granted one will be there. So we're talking about
select the wicketkeeper based on
not necessarily.
You take it for granted that one who could be there? Even if it's just an ordinary man around there who can't catch the ball whenever they care.
No. But when we are pick team in primary school, we're
picking team in primary school, even if the man couldn't catch none of the edges.
Yeah, talk about grade 5 against
who was playing wicketkeeper.
Yeah, talk about grade 5 and grade 6.
But that wasn't important.
But I'm gonna tell you why it wasn't important. When grade 5 I play grade 6, I just bat with you and batting up. Losing the game never made that much of a difference to me. So no matter if the pitch wet, Orville. Nobody with them look up insignificant something with the result no matter.
No. When we sit down at PE,
but me I tell you, but the white chat too, aren't you the one who's saying that you're not talking about that kind of level in the discussion?
What do you mean?
You're talking about the top level. You know, you said that first.
No. I said every level have a standard enough. Every level of football have a standard of play.
No, man. But when we play scrimmage football, but hold on, when you play scrimmage football, all we care about is to dribble and score goals, my boss. We no business with defense and we'll keep. We don't care that much about it. You can't use that as an example.
What about when we're playing?
No, man, you can't. You have to use real thing where people play for win football tournaments and competition, my boss, at the top level.
No, but what about when we're playing PE?
In a PE, we no business about the result.
Look at you, then they play, my boss. You're not care about the result. Come on, do it.
You're saying when people sitting down to select a side at PE, and me and you get a chance to pick. You're saying we're not seriously interested in trying to win the game.
Let me say something to you, Dwight.
And we're not picking players when we say who gets
hold on, Dwight. You have to ask the question several times, you know. You know, if you ask the question several times. May I tell you what I used to be the captain for my class, grade 5 or grade 6, against grade 7 and grade 8. You see, even if the pitch wet, I know it's a normal cricketing strategy would be you don't bat power with wicket. Me batting in so once you say we win the toss, you know my side knows that we bat it. That is not me trying to win no game of boss. I bat we want bat we no want in nice son. But way I feel.
Orville.
So we
you're picking up some personal thing regarding you.
Then you know if any grade 5 boy I
No,
got pick
no,
I got spin win toss I'm in the next side back.
You're clutching at straws, do I chat?
Come on, do I?
Orville.
When you're a little boy I play up road versus down road, you send side go back.
You seriously compare 5 graders to professional sports,
I'm checking if I will get a chance to make my
Why?
point, or if the objection is, or the objective is to both on it to talk about it.
All right, go on.
I'm saying again, Zidane, because you don't understand. Whatever level of football you have, whether it is grade 5, high school, under 19, professional, at that level, there's a skill level for the goalkeeper. At every one of those levels, there's a basic average skill level for the goalkeeper. And I'm saying at the professional level.
Let me ask you a question.
We're not talking about putting
if you get a coach now to coach a team at that level, the coach will be highly concerned about winning goal, you know. Can you know what the coach job is now?
Zidane,
to coach a team to win.
Sit down,
Ask another 8-year-old boy, my boss, when a logical, my boss, him just skillful and want to play, my boss, to pick a team. He don't care much about.
Let's carry your way. Let's carry the conversation your way. So you're a Premier League coach, and you're looking at your team. The first name that comes up when you're thinking about how to win games, is it the goalkeeper?
If we know my team a quality team?
No, man, no. Zidane, you are a coach in the English Premier League. You're about to go out and scout for players. Is the first player that you are thinking of scouting for a goalkeeper?
No, not necessarily.
All right, cool. So you answer my question.
Yes.
Dwight, we understand that the others. Dangerous in a little bit more than 5 today.
Yeah, man, cool, no problem. We'll talk, guys.
We'll talk again. All right, how we stay now, Nick?
Take the break.
I would take break?
No, we take the other one.
Yeah.
Why is this man? William Saliba again I give Abraham the football and give it the football and give it a goal. Yes.
Hello?
Yes, hello?
Yes.
Yeah, man, good afternoon. Calling about the Stafford situation. Right?
Is who this, by the way?
Valley.
Valley. All right, Valley.
Yeah, man. All right. So, is there a word for damaging a country's culture?
Damaging a country's culture. I don't know if there's anyone.
Culture side, but that has more to do with damaging arts and structures and so on, right? Because I think what Astafa is doing indirectly, I don't think he understands what he's doing, but I think he's damaging the culture. There's a culture that each country has as it relates to different things. In this case, it's track and field, right? You don't put down a country. So if he really wants to make a change, right? Instead of going and saying, oh, well, they're not doing this for us, they're not doing that for us, why not try and get involved in those areas? Why not try and get involved in the J3A? Now that you have retired, or the Jamaica Olympic Association, why not try and get involved in those areas?
How is this damaging Jamaica's track and field culture, though?
Well, think about it. How did he come up? Just like other athletes.
No, man, that's no. You're not answering the question, though. Asafa's outburst, how does it damage Jamaica's cultural
what is he promoting?
I don't know. He's promoting anything. He's complaining about it.
Fine, and in complaining, isn't he? All right. So you're a young athlete coming up, right? You want to be the next Asafa Powell. You want to be the next Usain Bolt. You hear Asafa talking about how Jamaican athletes are treated, right? Whether it's by the J3A, the government, the Olympic Association, whoever, right? You hear someone like Asafa talking about the bodies that be.
You think we'll have less? You think we'll have less sprinters of our champs as a result of Asafa saying that?
It's not a matter of whether or not you'll have less sprinters. And of course, he will influence folks. That's the whole point. Why come out and say it? Why not keep it to yourself? What are you trying to do?
Me not say one youth somewhere with about fast.
Yeah,
but
but
generally, me
tell
not
me
think.
this. What is that Safa trying to accomplish? Why is he coming out now to say this?
You think he's trying to stop youth from take up sprinting in a Jamaica?
And that's why I said indirectly. That is what he's doing. But I'm asking you the question. Why do you think he's coming out now to say this?
Because Asafa believes that he's entitled to some things that he's not getting. Now, what those things are, I don't know. Hold the line. Hold the line. Or athletes are entitled to things that he don't think they are getting. And he would want that to be addressed. So whatever he calls support systems, I don't think he's trying to stop people from sprinting.
Yeah, but my thing is
he wants those who are there to be treated better. Hold the line. I'm coming back. Hold on.
Security guards must be certified to get licensed to work, says the government. Don't hesitate, don't delay. Get certified and enter a prosperous career with local and City and Guilds international certification in security personnel in 6 to 8 weeks at Distinction College, an approved City and Guilds center endorsed by the PSRA with locations in Kingston, Spanish Town, and Ocho Rios. Start classes very soon. No subjects required, no experience required, no entrance test, no age limits. Call 356-4167.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Yeah, man. Who is Valley still?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So you're saying Asafa's aim is to discourage people from running?
No, I'm not saying that is his aim. I'm saying indirectly that is what he's doing. So if he's going to say that, listen, I'm not going to allow my son to run for Jamaica, right? If let us say that you have a young athlete coming up listening to this, or a parent listening to this, their son or daughter, their child is training now to become a professional athlete. That's their dream, right? Now, of course, he speaks of putting self before country. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I think his success has a lot to do with the culture here in Jamaica, and for every other athlete.
I don't understand what you mean by the culture, man. What do you mean? You think Asafa is the reason why Liquor you got champs?
What is culture? What is culture? Define culture.
And culture is
the beliefs, the norms, the values, the
yes, and I'm saying
characterize a group of people.
I'm saying
right?
take Asafa. Hold on, me hear you. Take Asafa out of the equation. If there was no Asafa, the interest in little boy wanting to sprint in Jamaica would not be significantly different. There was a thing named champs long before Asafa, you know.
Yeah, fine. And
Asafa, bigger brother used to compete at champs, and it was
the culture indirectly. So put it this way. After his podcast, for every 5 athletes, what if you have 1 or 2 athletes, because of what he has said, going away now, because they're putting self before country, which, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because you have to take care of your family. The country is not going to take care of your family, right? But would there be an Asafa without the culture that exists now?
No.
The culture around track and field?
Probably not.
Would there be an Asafa? Okay, and that is what I'm saying. So indirectly, he's damaging the culture.
No, I don't understand how you jump from that conclusion to the next. I don't think any one athlete can damage a culture. The culture exists outside of the importance of one person to destroy that culture.
Yeah, but you only need one. Listen, when Jesse Owens went to whichever Olympics...
No, man, you need more than one, man. You need... When the culture is this strong...
No, but...
In other words...
Hold on. Why is it that people are calling for Usain Bolt to be a national hero? Or Bob Marley?
You know, because we rate him big, man.
So isn't he one person?
Hold on, let me give you some historical.
No, hold on, no,
I hear you, but
Usain Bolt or Bob Marley.
Yes, because of his greatness. Person. But I'm telling you,
right?
1950, Frank Worrell was complaining about the West Indies board and said cricket not paying no money. 1950, Frank Worrell and other West Indian cricketers were complaining about the conditions that they were working under as test cricketers. Viv Richards and Clive Lloyd, them joined a thing in Kerry Packer in the 1970s and 80s because them said they were not making no money from Test cricket. None of that did make you stop playing Test cricket in the 70s, my boy.
That is fine, but what happens, this is different. We're talking about, this involves money. This involves...
Then the money, you know, understand what I said? Frank Worrell said that in 1950, West Indians were not making enough money. A man name, what a man name, God, they all around are from Trinidad. He says if cricket is going to be my life, then it must, Sir Larry Constantine.
Larry
Constantine said in the 1930s, if cricket is going to be my life, then it must be my livelihood. In the 30s, he said that. And people did agree with him, but people did still play cricket because Larry Constantine alone couldn't change a culture, my boss. Yeah, give us half as words too much importance.
No, but that's what I'm saying. See, you don't understand, you know, there are young athletes out there that look up to this person.
All right.
So he may very well be responsible for the next Usain Bolt or the next Asafa Powell going to Qatar or whichever one of those countries that are giving. That
wouldn't destroy the culture of sprinting in Jamaica. So maybe discuss
it. Wouldn't destroy it. I'm saying it would damage the culture.
I don't think it would damage. But may I have to leave it there. Call tomorrow earlier. The producer wants to squeeze another one. Yeah, I don't think Asafa can damage the love for sprinting in Jamaica. One more. And leave some time for the text. Stats 38 for 3. Back on line. Hello.
What's up?
Shipping port.
Best of luck. Zidane Matthews.
Mm-hmm.
You know, right? I know what's about a little bit of your Arsenal than Martinelli, right? I know.
Yeah,
Huh? You heard me?
No, man, I know. You asked Zidane a question.
Yeah, Zidane, you heard me.
No, me not up on a clown show still, you know, so. You have to go somewhere else.
You think Martinelli got it right, you know?
That's a different question. I think Martinelli should be.
I wasn't comparing with the.
No man, tell me if you want. We have a serious discussion.
No man, I don't come to this. What I like, I know what you think, but if Mr. Leon tell you, that's a yes. Orville.
Yes.
Yeah, the game, and you can't write off Excel. As you said before, it will look the thing I get 4 based on what you. Based on what you've seen of Excelsior.
Right.
But when you saw the first wicket, Excelsior first wicket?
No.
Excelsior realized they were going to use spin and get them on.
Yeah, man.
Like a ball and the bridge in the right in front of the bat. That's how I selling me down.
Right.
The catch. The catch.
Well, it depends on which side. After that, can be selling me down.
One run after that, another catch was taken, a run after. So 2 wickets down for 1 run right there. So. And then still in the 30s and a struggle. So chances are my Excelsior roll back in the game.
38 for 3, you know.
38 for 3. And so it's 30 for 1, then 31 for 2.
Yeah.
But we don't see this thing.
Excelsior, I will be a spinners, you know, brother. Because them normally take the countryman, they can't bat spinning.
Yeah, the man use the Youth Scott and Mackenzie, then take the 2 quick wicket and it's a struggle.
Yeah. And now the Youth the Marcus Scott, who is a decent little bowler as well.
Yeah, man, I take the first wicket, man.
Yeah, so
they're doing well right there.
Yeah.
When
me tell you this now, though, the standard gone, man. Come here, watch the cricket. 120 than now 30 at the 3. The standard gone.
Yeah, man, based on what we used to see of cricket.
Yeah.
In the day compared to now.
All
right, me listen you and do it with the West Indies thing. Me no so sure about John Campbell. Average in the 20s, mid-20s.
No, man, this regional season, he made the most runs as an opening batter.
So John bring him back because of the last regional season he come back.
Remember, he was there before, and none of the other openers them now cut it. So
yeah, remember he wasn't dropped, you know.
He never dropped, but when they never drop him, the guy named Powell, that cost them should have played over him. You know?
Yeah, but then him come back playing with all of them, the Powells, the Lewises, and him just out bat all of them the season he come back with 3 centuries and an average of 40. Me not overlook that.
You know, overlook it. Well, if you make the team still want him produce it. But with the coach now, But with the coach, and the reason why the coach was brought in, I think the coach might bring Brandon King or one of them. He might get a surprise with somebody we didn't expect to see in the set even.
Him out back Brandon in the season. Brandon play for the same team. Face the same bowling and the same pitch literally every game. And him out back Brandon. I don't think that there would be any justification for pick Brandon ahead of Jack.
You make him case then as the opener.
Yeah. I think so.
Right. You know, in the team, the hope, this hope, I think hope can make anywhere in the batting line.
When you say me, I shot me against how me feel, but hope you must know. The worst.
But it's the truth. Yeah, man, that's the truth. You can't overlook that. Plus, you say how much hope average?
You never hope must play one game.
No, man, we're talking a test. In
25.
When you look at everybody, them they cook right in other regions.
Hodge the 20th. Hodge the 20th, Carter the less. Hodge the less. When name Athanase, all of them like a middle order man at the same thing.
But as Athanase, the next team still, if I maybe bring back Athanase at number 3 based on how I say the thing, I'm going to bat up for 4. Just about Hodge, you know you mention Hodge, you know get rid of him?
Him not do nothing in a regional cricket this year neither. He might average 20 at the test cricket too and coming at the regional season and average most of 20 at season.
I think what I try with Hodge still. I think Hodge for me, he has faced the test bowlers before, the best of the best. And
come back in the regional season, come do me something, man. You know?
But we made case for Banner them and Banner them not know to say nothing.
No. Banner is averaging 38 in test cricket, boss. Now do that.
So that's yours.
Yes, boss. Banner has shown that at the highest level, him better than these. Him get a lick in him head. He was struggling for farm. Me did never mind when them pull him out. But Banner is one of the weirdest cases. Well, the fact that him Dave not play for Jamaica hasn't helped him case either.
But Blackwood though, what caused Blackwood not to be in the team?
Blackwood come back in a regional season this year and nothing special, average 26.
Okay.
You get me?
Okay.
If Blackwood did come back and average one, yeah, man. So you drop him out of the test team, him come back in a regional cricket and didn't dominate. Didn't even do decent.
But why you guys making a case for Ola? Wasn't Ola drop on the team?
Because Ola is a special all-round.
Oh, so that is his reason for coming back.
Yeah, Holder at anywhere close to him best is easily the best.
We know that, but we haven't seen Ola as his best athlete.
Well, that too. I'm a next man out in a 44, no brother.
The spinners, them doing them job. Before I run, though, more such a thing, before I run.
Make it wait. Me have to read some text. The producer said me have to read 2 texts. You call too late.
We'll come back tomorrow. Yeah, no, that's most of the time with the fun one.
No, man, call earlier tomorrow, man, I make we talk. Because you usually...
Man, we do a thing called... Yeah, finally, we did make a speech about 4 years ago or more. Me kind of washing face. And I come make a case. Me come give him flowers.
All right, cool.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, man. Make us squeeze a few texts before.
Excuse me, boss. You have a text message.
It's now time for text messages on the sports desk.
In cricket, the national team is often the top priority and main employer. In football, the club is the main employer and pays the real money. The national team is more of an honor or side gig. Track and field is a sponsorship and prize money sport, which means success determines your earning capacity. Gentlemen tell Asafa that he should be thinking of what he can do for his country and not what his country can do for him. To say he's ungrateful is an understatement. This is Driver. Big up, Driver. But I want it too long. God no, maybe not try to take on one. Asafa should open gas station for real. All he did was gas it out on the big stage. Lord Jesus. Afternoon, gentlemen. I was never on the side of G-Star. Yesterday, he actually had been looking at his points. But come today, he's now calling a duck a foul, it seems. I'm back to my original side. Preacher, I agree with you. The elite texter, big up, Uno Jets. One more about some. Maybe we can read a long one then. Allow Asafa and help him to demand more from the administration. Big up Orville and Zidane. Oh, yeah, that one there, the long one. Why the clock can the way, me was? Oh, yeah, it gone. Big up Orville and Zidane. I cannot believe what I heard earlier. Did G-Star really say having a competent goalkeeper is more important than having a competent QB? That is the opposite of everything he has been trying to say on the topic.
Yes.
He made Preacher's argument for him. G-Star, you kill your own argument. I mean, I understand how G-Star said that. Kill him own argument for real. But that's it. 4 o'clock is right on us. With that, I'm taking my break. and join us tomorrow.
That's the Sports Desk for today. Remember to tune in and participate on the Sports Desk Mondays through to Fridays, 1 to 4 p.m.
You're listening to Omega Radio, broadcasting live. Omega Radio, Omega Radio, Omega.
For financial news and the latest developments in the business community and economy, Financially Speaking is the top choice. Join me, your host Errol Gregory, Mondays and Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. as we look at current economic issues, provide small business tips, and help you to build your business and portfolios. That's Financially Speaking, sponsored by Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSE Online Trading.
It's your favorite gospel DJ. My name is Jermaine Morgan, popular known as the Brother Frisco. Joins me weekdays and weekend on your radio. On Mondays, it's a 4 p.m. through to 9. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, a 4 p.m. through to 7 p.m. Thursdays and Fridays, 4 p.m. through to 9. And on Saturdays and Sundays, it's 6 a.m. through to 10 a.m. on Omega Radio, locally and internationally, where your afternoon will get better going into the evening, and your weekend will never be the same. Stay locked with Brother Frisco on your radio.
Do you want the keys to discovering your God-given purpose? Would you like a strategy to fulfill your unique destiny on earth? How about a map to help you navigate the twists and turns on your journey of life? Do you, don't you, will you, won't you? If I coax you, would you want to? Don't you want to? Aren't you going to? Oh, come on, you said you would. Hey, this is Everton Thomas, your friend, your bishop, from the Emmanuel Apostolic Church International with headquarters at 12 Site Road in Kingston, Jamaica. And I'm inviting you to join me this and every Friday at 11 a.m. right here on this station for Insights, inspiring conversations for everyday life. That's Insights, Fridays at 11 a.m. God bless you now. Stay awesome.
You'll begin to experience a new beginning, because we represent the Alpha and the Omega. Bishop and Pastor Manning are looking forward to welcoming you as a part of our Omega family.